I've always been fascinated when actors like first break into the business, their first film roles. The last picture show, how intimidated were you doing that movie?
Gosh, I was beyond intimidation. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Um, I hadn't really read the script, and Peter Bogdanovich, the director, he was very, he set me at ease pretty well right from the beginning. I remember one take, I had to run out of this building and jump in my car with Sybil and pull out and drive away. And in those days, they had the microphone in the car, and the wire was stretched outside the car to the sound recorder, and I was afraid I was going to pull all that mess away. I kept messing up the take about 6 times, and Peter said, "That's okay. We got plenty of film, cheapest commodity on a movie set," and just made me feel a little more at ease about it. I was really in awe of that whole experience.
Well, with The Last Detail, all the media attention you got with that, the Oscar nomination, what was your introduction to being in the media spotlight like with that? Was that a little bit overwhelming?
Yeah, I was so young. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know what it was. Yeah, it went beyond anything I ever dreamed I would ever achieve as an actor, because I thought that was something you build up to, and you maybe get that at the end of your career, not at the beginning. So I had to sort of regroup and reform my thinking, what I wanted to do with my career, and it's but it was nice, but it was also had it confused me a little bit too.
Yeah, were you not quite sure of who to trust or what to do next?
Well,
after
all these
that?
people coming at you, with wanting to publicize you and manage you and handle you. It's just, 6 months before, nobody knew who I was or anything. So I just always tried to simplify it, just keep the personnel around me, just keep it bare minimum and simplify it as much as I could.
Now you've done an incredibly wide range of roles, different characters, from the president to fighter pilots to a lot of different things. When you get recognized, where do the National Lampoon films come in on the amount of times you get recognized?
Actually, those are probably the number one. Yeah. People are always throwing dialogue at me that I've said, and I just played this golf tournament over in Monterey at Pebble Beach this weekend, and you walk down the fairway and they're always shouting, "Hey, Cousin Eddie!" Hey, and so I would say probably that Cousin Eddie's the #1 character.
I got a question about Wayne Newton. Hilarious scene where you sit down with him at the one club there. I'm just wondering, was that an improvised scene, or was that scripted? And how did Wayne's hair feel in real life there?
Just like it sounded, I guess. Yeah, he was a great sport about that, and to play yourself and parody yourself is not easy. It's he's remarkable.
There's a great scene where you're eating with your mouth open, and I was starting to think, geez, how many takes of that did they do? How much weight did you gain shooting this movie with that? How difficult was it?
Well, I'm always careful with eating scenes because I try to just not take the minimum amount of food that I can get. It looked like I was eating a lot, but I probably didn't have that much. I was chewing. It was just that little. Talking about the one with the little. I did that about 5 times, I guess.
Do some fans ever think that you're actually as uncouth as your character is in real life? I mean, when you walk into a restaurant or the maitre d' shaking, you're not sure what to make of you?
Well, I think sometimes people get that mixed up with who I really am, and they don't know me, and expect me to be this character, and you know, at times I feel like, well, gosh, I'm disappointing them, you know, because I'm not living up to their expectations. But I can't, you know, do that. I can't walk around being Cousin Eddie all my life, you know. But you know, I love playing him on the screen.
And one final question about shooting in Las Vegas. I know it's a surreal place to be anyway, but what was your routine when you weren't shooting in Las Vegas, or what were you doing?
Going to L.A. You know, I can't stay here more than a couple of days at a time. It drives me kind of crazy, you know. The people that live here never come into the casino areas. But you know, it's a nice place. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the country. So.
Well, when you were walking around in between takes with some of those outfits, were people giving you double takes, trying to figure out who you were?
That's the scary part. Nobody looked twice at me when I'd walk through the casinos. A lot of people were dressed just like me. I thought about that too. I thought, well, that's kind of bizarre, you know, but such is life.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thanks, sir. Pleasure finally to meet you there.
Yeah.
So, good stories there.